Now we are discussing about the zone 4. This is zone 4, which are mainly occurs around the various ketone groups that occurs in the zone 4s. That is region which means the mainly 18050 to 1650. That is the region where all the carbonyl compound groups occurs in this region. These are very minute difference between the values around these groups. That's why this is very important for the competitive exams, and there is a chances to ask about question about carbonyl group frequency. Now last zone is nothing but the zone 5, which there are mainly two functional groups mainly occurs in this region. That is the alkyne and the benzene. Very basic difference between the alkyl and benzene are these two values. That is approx alkene occurs around 1650, and there are benzene on two bands, that is one around 600 and the one around 1050. That is main difference between the double bond net present in the aliphatic region and the benzene is this. The alkene contain only one band and these contain two bands, that is two peaks in case of the benzene, but benzene occurs lower than that of the alkene. And last is nothing but this is not a zone, this is separate region, because IR spectroscopy is divided into two regions. That is, first is the functional group region, that is occurs in 1500 to the 4000, and this is occurs below the 1500 mainly, and this is called fingerprint region. It contains many absorption of the functional groups. It ignores because it appears too difficult to make precise assignment, because many times we don't take this value because very lot of confusion, and this not use exact specific function group that present in this region because of the overlapping of the many functional group with the same value of the IR frequency. It is hard to differentiate of the function group absent or present. However, this is very important. Why it is called as fingerprint region? Because same fingerprint for same compound. That is therefore used for identifying the unknown compound by matching the fingerprint of the known compound. That's why this is called as fingerprinting region. We can identify the unknown compound by matching the known compound have the fingerprint region. Next, now we will specifically talk about each and every functional group. Before we discuss this, first we discuss the infrared spectra interpretation. How will we interpret these spectra? When analyzing the spectra of unknown compound, concentrate first on the determinant presence or absence of two major functional group. If you see the spectra, in the spectra, first we see main functional group which can easily identify. That is mainly CO, OH, C single bond O, C double bond C, C triple bond C, C triple bond N, and NO2. Because these peaks are easily identified and which have the specific values of the IR frequency. That's why first see about these peaks. First, look if carbonyl group is present, the value which occur in this region. Always see this is one of the carbonyl group present in the structure. If carbonyl present, from the carbonyl group, which functional group specifically present? It may be acid, amide, ester, anhydride, aldehydes, and the ketones. You know very well the values of these and match this value with that peak and identify which functional group present in CO regions. Third, if CO offset, look at for these main functional four groups, that is alcohol, phenol, amines, and ether. These all tells about how will you interpret the spectra. Means how will you see when we see the first time spectra, what will you look? First see about this value, then see about this value. If CO absent, see about these four main functional groups. Then see about double bond and aromatic ring. There is a confusion with double bond. It may be from aliphatic and it may be from aromatic ring. If aliphatic, that occurs in around this range, and in case of aromatic, these occur around this range. There is the difference between the ranges, and it also have two peaks in case of the aromatic range. But how to confirm the benzene? This is one confirmation, the values of the C double bond C stretching. Now to confirm double bond present from aromatic or the aliphatic series, confirm the double bond or aromatic ring by consulting CH region. We already discussed double bonded CH is around 3100. Okay, CH trace occur left of 3000, then it is aromatic and vinyl. If CH state occur right to the 3000, then it is aliphatic. Means always remember, CH of the aliphatic we have the higher value than the CH of the aromatic. See this in case of the alkene. This is alkene CH that occurs around 3100. See this peak, very sharp peak. That is more that this band is greater than 3000. And in case of CH, that is very sharp peak occur around 2900. And in case of this, see this peak, C double bond C stretch, it occurs around 6050. As we discuss about this region, only see this and this, forget about this bending and scissoring because they are very complex. In case of benzene, see this peak, this occurs around 3010 or 20, which means lesser than the CH of the double bonded alkene that we discussed in this point. And what about our benzene? That occurs this way. See this, two peaks occurs, one around 600, one around 500. This is the confirmation of C double bond C stretching of the aromatic ring. As in case of the aliphatic, only one peak is there. See this. What about triple bond? That is, there are only two functional group present, C triple bond N, that is very sharp peak around 2250 and very sharp peak around 2150. This is for alkyne, this is for nitrile. But check also for acetylenic. See this, CH is occurs around 3300, which gives idea of triple bond. See, triple bonded. If suppose presence of both these functional group present in the structure, in that case, how to differentiate this structure? C. If C double bond triple bond C is around occurs this case, if you are confusing with this C triple bond N, then C for this value. If acetylenic CH is present around 3300, there is a confirmation of presence of alkyne in the structure. This is the alkyne that series. This is occurs around 3300, and these occurs around mainly 3126 in approx figure 2150 about C triple bond C. In case of nitrile series, very sharp peak around, this is 2250. Yes, around 2250. That is what is in case of the alcohol and phenol, very IMP, very IMP. Always remember, there are 5 regions are very IMP in the IR spectroscopy. Don't memorize all the values of the IR spectra, only memorize values of carbonyl groups, alcohol, phenol and amines. Third one is the double bonded region, fifth one is the triple bonded region. Always remember these 5 zones only for because many competitive exams ask about these only, because these are easily identified in the IR spectra and other functional group are very complex to identify. That's why mainly they ask about these spectra. What is in case of the alcohol and phenol? We show strong and broad. We already discussed how OH shows the strong and the broad spectra. Why this strong and broad occurs? Because of the hydrogen bond stretching bands entering between these and these value. In solution, it also possible after free OH stretching band around 3600. Remember, OH, when OH is free, means not hydrogen bonded, it occurs around 3600. But when OH is hydrogen bonded, then minus 200 value. Means when OH is hydrogen bonded, it occurs around 3400. And always remember, amines also form hydrogen bonding, but basic value of amine is 3400. It means free NH occurs around 3400. When hydrogen bonding occurs, they occurs at 3300. But what is the difference between these OH and NH? In case of the OH, free OH occurs at 3600, but hydrogen bonded occurs at 3400. When hydrogen bond occurs, there is a minus 200 value is taken as a consider. But in case of the amine, when hydrogen bonded occurs, only minus 100. Why? Because always remember, oxygen is more electronegative and it is more easily or more hydrogen bonding occurs in case of the OH bond. But NH bond, there are less hydrogen bonding occurs because of the less electronegativity of the nitrogen. And nitrogen contains only one lone pair electron. That's why it has the less hydrogen bonding. In case of the OH, there are two lone pairs of electron that are more hydrogen bonding. That's why there is a always minus 200 when hydrogen bonded to the OH. And in case of OH, there is a minus 100 in case of the NH is bonded to the that is NH is vulnerable to the hydrogen bonding. Now we will see how our series speak for the OH, which is very broad. That is, alcohols have very distinct, strong and broad shape. As we saw, U-shaped band is the recognition or the identification of the alcohol groups. This is the very broad band. And how it will, amine also have broad band, but how it will differentiate between amine and alcohol? Amine have two peaks. It gives doublet. Primary amine always give doublets. That's why they are easily differentiated from the OH region. See this. This is very important. This is very important. The alcohols, how we will differentiate between alcohol and phenol? See, suppose in alcohol there are two functions. Suppose this is the alcohol, CH3 OH, methanol. Methanol bonded to C and O also, and O and H also. First we talk about OH stage of the methanol. See this, in case of phenol, this around value 3610. This case of tertiary alcohol is around 6020. This is 30 and this is 40. That is increasing in this direction. It means OH stage is more in case of primary alcohol, then secondary, then tertiary, then phenol. Why this occurs? What is the reason behind this? And this is very easy to remember value because only increment 10 10 10 value. Primary OH stage around 40, 3640, these around 330, these around 20, these around 10. Phenol around 10. This is very easy to memorize the value. But what is about the concept? How these are differentiated? Then see, we are talking about this OH. Primary alcohol have only one carbon attached to OH. That is this example. See, ethyl alcohol is the example of primary. So it bonded with only one carbon. That's why it is called as primary. So in case of primary, only one carbon is available directly attached to OH. That's why primary alcohol have lowest hydrogen bonding. In case of secondary, there are two carbon attached to OH. That's why they supply more hydrogen to the O, and that causes more hydrogen bonding. That's why more hydrogen bonding means decreasing the frequency wave number. That's why it will lower wave number than the primary. In case of tertiary, there are three methyl group attached to the that carbon which bonded to the OH. That's why they supply more hydrogen to the OH, and that causes the more hydrogen bonding. In case of phenol, there are 6 carbon attached to the carbon which is attached to the OH. That's why there are a lot of donation of the proton. So strongest hydrogen bonding in this case, and that's why it decreases in the wave number in this case. Hydrogen bonding is main reason for this. In case of primary, lowest hydrogen bonding because one methyl group is attached. In case of secondary, there are 2, there are 3, there are numbers of hydrogen is phenol. That is carbon. That more carbon which donate more hydrogen and it gives more hydrogen strong bond. That's why these values are differentiated. And how will you differentiate between primary, secondary, tertiary alcohol and the phenol? This is about OH. Now we will talk about CO. That is this CO of carbon and OH present. OH is attached to the carbon. So we are now talking about CO of methyl alcohol or isopropyl alcohol or tertiary butyl alcohol or the phenol. Now this is totally opposite to this. See this. There are about 1220 in case of the phenol. Reduce 50 value in this case. Tertiary alcohol have 1150. Secondary alcohol reduce 50 100. Reduce 50. In primary alcohol reduce 50. This is taken as a 1200. Then easy to memorize. That is 1200, 1150, 1100 and 1050. That is 1050. Why these opposite occurs in case of the CO stage and the OH stage? Why in case of phenol have the higher CO stage frequency? Write down the reasons of these and these also, and not write down here. What is the reason? Because phenol contain actually structure of phenol is this. Suppose I will do double one. Suppose phenol. Yeah, I will do for phenol this section. Okay. This is OH. Okay. Now we are talking about this CO stretching. Okay. Why phenol have highest value? Because there is a coupling between CO and this CC. Frequency of this CC and CO causes the vibrational coupling. We already talked about vibrational coupling. When vibrational coupling occurs, that gives the more frequency, that is wave number. So in case of these OS, there are about couplings occur between this CO and CC, and another reason, these conjugation will shift on these CO, and that's why this single bonded CO appears as C double bond O. As we already know, double bond is stronger than the single bond. That's why this CO is take part in the conjugation. This double bond is transferred on this single bond. That's why it causes C double bond O. It looks like the double bonded. That's why it has the higher frequency. But in case of tertiary alcohol, if you see the structure of tertiary alcohol, see this carbon, this carbon, and this carbon. There are 3 carbon attached to COH. This CO couple with this carbon and this carbon. Because of coupling with these 3 carbon and CO, they have the higher value. In case of secondary alcohol, there are only coupling with the 2 carbon. In case of primary alcohol, only coupling with 1 carbon. Always remember, there are more the coupling of the this CO with the this CC bond, more the value. But in case of primary alcohol, only one coupling occur of CC with the CO. There are 2 coupling occurs with secondary alcohol, 3 coupling occurs with the tertiary alcohol. In phenol, there are 2 coupling only occurs, but there is a taking part in the conjugation. So CO is occurs as like a double bond. That's why it have the highest value. Write down these all reasons. When I am telling you about all these reasons. This is very important, not mentioning many numbers of books. This is the reason behind this. Then I will erase this. Okay. Now we will see about this. The unsaturation in the adjacent carbon and the cyclic structure lower the frequency. That is, we have already discussed, whenever the unsaturation presents adjacent to the OH. See, in this case, OH is not directly attached to phenol, that is benzyl ring. But in case of phenol, OH is directly attached to a phenyl ring. That's why they take in the part in the conjugation and increase frequency. But in this case, there is a decrease in the frequency of the OH. So this example both. This is the main differentiate between primary, secondary, tertiary alcohol and phenol, and this is about OH and this is CO. Always remember, OH stretching differentiated on the basis of hydrogen bonding and CO stretch differentiated on the basis of CC and CO vibrational coupling. See the peaks. We already talked about hydrogen bonded. When hydrogen bonded occurs around 3400, because there is a minus 200 frequency in case of the hydrogen bonded OH, it gives broad peak around 3400. In case of H bonded OH and the free OH, that is, what is difference between free OH and the H bonded OH? They see this free occurs, it gives very sharp peak and around 3600. And these gives very broad peak and around 3400. This is different between free OH and hydrogen bonded OH. What is in case of the free and very dilute solution? It occurs, free and dilute solution means, always remember, hydrogen bonding presents only in the concentrated solution. In case of dilute, there is an absence of hydrogen bonding, therefore that gives single peak of free OH around 3600. Now let us talk about carbonyl. We have already discussed about this in the previously in inductive and resonance effect. Then only memorize the value. Amide have this value, acid have this value, ketone 1715, aldehyde 1725. Memorize this all value because this is very important. We already talked about the reason behind increasing and the decreasing values of all this carbonyl compound. Now we will say specifically about aldehyde. Aldehyde mainly gives CO around 725, but it lowers the frequency when it is attached to the conjugation of the phenyl group. We have already discussed this also. How CH series this occurs around 1725, that is nothing but the aldehyde. But how will you confirm this? By confirming this, CH of aldehyde occur around that give 2 peaks, that is one around 2700, one around 2900. This is the confirmation of CH aldehyde. It gives one CO stage and one CH stage. Last and most important, that is how amines are differentiated. There are 3 types of amines: primary, secondary, tertiary amines. Primary amines, what is this? Show 2 NH stretching band in the range of this approx 3400. whereas secondary amine show only one band in that region. Tertiary amine will not show an NH trace because there is an absence of NH. H is absent in the tertiary amine, that's why it does not give any band. Because of this feature, we are differentiate between primary, secondary, and the tertiary amine. Now we will see how where NH occurs. Stage occurs around 3503. Primary amine have 2 bands. Secondary amine have 1 band, but vanishingly weak one for aliphatic compound, stronger from the aromatic compound. It means NH2 may be attached to aliphatic in the aromatic. In case of an aromatic, it gives strong band. In case of weak in case of the aliphatic amines. Tertiary amines not stage. Where the NH band occurs, it generally occurs around these and these range. See, this speaks of the how will you differentiate between primary, secondary, and the tertiary amines. This is butyl amine example. These all spectra we have copied from the Pavia, very nicely explained in the Pavia for the interpretation part. Butyl amine is the primary amine, which this is the primary amine. Series, how will you differentiate it between primary, secondary amine? Series, NH give 2 peaks, that is 2 peaks, doublet in case of NH. This is 1 peak and this is another peak. This is the conformation of the primary amine. What is in case of the dibutyl amine, that is secondary amine? Only 1 peak gives. See this, only 1 peak. And in case of the tributyl amine, there is a tertiary amine, there is a no peak around this. This is the conformation of the tertiary amine. This is only for revision, all the values of the IR frequencies. These I will divide into 3 parts. This for revision, when you read all these IR spectra, then simply memorize these values. This is mainly zone occurs in between first zone. This is the mainly in the second zone. This is mainly in the third zone. That is keto groups occur in this region. CH stretching occurs in this region. OH stretching occurs in these regions. And this is mainly in case of bending region. That is, we call it as a fingerprint region. And the main about, yes, this is all about the IR spectroscopy. Lastly, memorize these all values. This is tabulated from the Pauling. And now